Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marina here and I am so excited to be coming to you in another video. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Marina. I make videos from Saskatoon, Canada, where I share about my experiences and information that makes settling into Canada easy for newcomers. If that's something you're interested in, please do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so you know every time I upload a new video. To my returning subscribers, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos once again. I truly appreciate you guys. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the federal benefits in Canada, and this is in response to an email that I got from a subscriber from Kenya. They wanted to know what the benefits are like in Canada, so that's why I'm making this video today. If you want to learn more about that, you know what to do. Definitely keep watching. Welcome back, guys. So like I would have mentioned already, I'm going to be talking about the federal benefit. Now, this is not to be mistaken by the provincial schemes that may be available in the province that you're living in or the province that you have landed in. There are some schemes that are peculiar to different provinces that have been put up to make life easy for their residents. These benefits I'm going to be addressing today are federal, managed by the federal government, administered through the Canada Revenue Agency, the CRA. So the first and about the most common federal benefits available to Canadian citizens and permanent residents is the child care benefit. Now, the child care benefit is a tax-free amount that is paid to children who are 18 years and under in Canada. It is typically to contribute to the cost of childcare in Canada. Childcare in Canada is expensive. I've made a video about childcare in Canada using Saskatchewan as my reference point. I'll be linking that on the screen for you to go and check that out, so you have an idea how childcare runs and how expensive it can be. So this childcare benefit is paid as part of contribution to help parents with the cost of childcare in Canada. This amount is typically paid to the parent who's considered the primary caregiver in the family. In Canada, by default, they assume it's the mom. It's the mom that is expected to apply for it. That's who is considered the primary caregiver of the child. In the case where it is not the mom applying and it is the father, the application of the father is supposed to be accompanied by a written consent of the mom saying that yes, the man is the primary caregiver in the family. So that's how that typically runs. The money is paid on a monthly basis. It is the amount of money you're able to access is determined using your net family income, and that is mainly determined after you have filed your taxes. So they pull that information from the tax that you submit, and that's how the amount of money you get for childcare benefit is determined. Okay, so it is mostly revised on a yearly basis. If there has been no change in your family income, then chances are the amount will stay the same. But if there's been a change, if there's been an increase in your net family income, the benefit you're able to access will reduce. Also, with the age of the child, the benefits can also reduce as well. So it's broken into two broad categories: 0 to 6 and then 6 to 18. So from age 0 to 6 years old, the benefit remains unchanged if your net family income does not change, which is very unlikely. It will change. Okay, and then when the child gets to 6 years old, there is a decrease in the benefits you can access because they have hit that age. And then after that, it's just now going to depend on your net family income and not necessarily the age of the child. Okay, in the event that the custody of a child becomes shared, like both parents stop living together, if the child spends equal amount of time between the father and the mother, then the benefit is split between the father and the mother when they establish that this child now spends equal amount of time with the two parents. So it will no longer be paid to the mom as the primary caregiver. The amount of money the child is eligible for will now be split and be shared between both parents. This benefit is available to permanent residents and Canadian citizens. However, temporary residents can become eligible for childcare benefit if they have lived in Canada for a minimum of 18 months and they have a valid social insurance number. So as an international student, if you're here doing an undergraduate degree program, for instance, and in the course of that you have a child and you have lived in Canada for up to 18 months and you have a valid social insurance number, your child may become eligible for the childcare benefit. You can apply for it. I don't know if there are any exceptions that are made, but this information is as it is on the Government of Canada website. Okay, for a newcomer, now because the amount that you can access is determined using your tax, the tax you have filed for the previous year. If you are a newcomer and you haven't filed taxes in Canada yet, your eligibility is going to be determined using the net family income of the last year in your home country. So if, for instance, I come in 2019, I did not file taxes for 2018, my eligibility or what my children are going to get paid is going to be determined using my income of the last year in my home country. Now, you want to be very careful with this because you're going to be converting what you made to Canadian dollars, and you want to make sure that the information you're providing is consistent. If you're saying that your net family income from your home country is 10,000 Canadian dollars, for instance, while you're applying for childcare benefit, you want to make sure that you're maintaining the same information when you're applying for like a GST, HST. I'm going to come to that when I talk about the next benefit. You want to make sure that you're keeping the information consistent so that you don't create any problems for yourself down the line. Another thing to take note of when it comes to childcare benefits is for the people who are considering soft landing in Canada. Soft landing, I mean you get your permanent resident visa, you land in Canada, get your PR card, and then you decide that you're going to move your family back to your home country because you haven't, maybe you have a business that you haven't finished. I mean, there are many reasons why people decide to do the soft landing. You want to be very careful about applying for benefits for a child that is outside of Canada. Childcare benefits, basic eligibility is that you must be resident in Canada. So if for some reason you have to move back to your home country for like a couple of months, you want to make sure that you're notifying the CRA so that they can suspend benefits for your child while they're outside of Canada. You cannot cheat the system. If your child is not in Canada, please do not apply for benefits for them. A number of people have gotten into trouble because you did not think that they will come after you, but CRA actually does random auditing of people. It happened to us a couple of years ago. We just got the letter in the mail saying provide proof that your child was in Canada in this duration. They asked for proof from the child's school, from the child's daycare, from your family doctor, from where you live, just to prove that this was the family composition that we have on file for this this duration. No school is going to lie and give you a letter saying your child was in school when they weren't. I don't think there's any licensed daycare center that would lie, or a non-licensed daycare center that would lie and say your child was there when they weren't. Like, there's nothing in it for them. They didn't make any money off your child, so nobody's going to lie for you. And if you're not able to provide that information, you're going to pay back the money that the government paid for you for that child. Honestly, I just think that the last thing you want to do is to be on the wrong side of the CRA. So don't even try to cheat the system. Make sure that the information you're providing is correct and consistent, because the systems talk. The systems talk to one another. The information you provide in one place can be accessed by another agency. So you want to be very careful and be sure that you're only applying for benefits that you're eligible for. Okay, so that's it with the childcare benefits. If there's anything I've said that you don't understand, or there's something you'd like me to clarify, please do well to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will definitely get to it. Okay, so that's the first and about the most common benefits that Canadian citizens and permanent residents are able to access in Canada. The second benefit that you can access in Canada is what is called the GST and HST credit. GST means goods and services tax. GST is like an amount of money that is charged on purchases that you make in Canada. Everything that we buy, I mean 98% of everything that we buy in Canada is taxed. It's like you buy basic things, you pay tax on it. GST is 5% across Canada, but then there's also a portion that is called the provincial sales tax, which is peculiar to provinces. There are some provinces that don't break it down to GST, which is federal, or the provincial sales tax, which is now peculiar to provinces. There are some provinces that don't break it down like that. They have it together as one tax, and it is called HST, which is harmonized sales tax, HST. Okay, now from time to time, depending on your family income, it's almost like the government looks at it to say, okay, compared to what this person earns and the amount of tax they have paid, I think we've charged them too much tax. So you get a portion of the taxes that you have paid back as a credit. This particular benefit is not paid out monthly. The GST HST credit is paid on a quarterly basis, so you don't get it every month, it is paid every quarter. This benefit is available to low income earners, and that determination is also made using your net family income after you file taxes. As your income increases, the benefit you can get reduces, and when your income crosses a certain threshold, you are no longer eligible for the GST HST credit. Okay, that's how benefits basically work in Canada. The more you earn, the less the benefits you'll be able to access. It is built in such a way that low income earners are able to access more benefits. Okay, so that's how GST HST credit runs. For GST, the maximum amount I think you can access is about $451 if you're single, and then it can go up to $592 if you're married. For children, it can go as high as $155 per child. Okay, now this is the maximum that you can get per year. The assessment is done based on your family income. So if your family income is right at the lowest, what they consider, then you are able to access the maximum of all of this. But if not, it will now be prorated depending on what your net family income is. Okay, the last benefit I'm going to be talking about is the employment insurance. Now this one is slightly different because it is not you're not eligible for employment insurance based on your net family income. It is insurance, just the way insurance runs. You pay into this scheme for when you would need it. If you end up never needing it, then it's not a benefit. It's not something you can access. Everybody who works in Canada has a compulsory deduction of employment insurance from their paychecks for times where maybe you lose your job, or you become sick and you're no longer able to work, or you have a baby and you have to be away for the you have to be away from work to take care of your newborn. That's where those benefits kick in. Okay, you never really understand the benefits of things like this until there's like a major issue like what has been happening with the pandemic. Like this entire pandemic period is it has just been one of the reasons why I'm grateful for where I live. All the benefits that the government extended to residents to help those who lost their jobs, or those people whose businesses folded up because of what was happening. There were a lot of benefits that the government extended to the residents. That's even beside these basic things. So employment insurance kicked in for a lot of people who lost their job as a result of all of this. So this is not a typical benefit, but it is something that is available to you if you pay into it. Now that's the condition. To be able to access any benefits from employment insurance, you must have contributed into the scheme. So you must have paid into it to be able to pull out any premium from it, like basic, right? So that's how that works. One of the most common reasons why people go on employment insurance is for maternity leave and maybe temporary job losses. Okay, for maternity leave, of course, as the name implies, is time off that is taken by somebody who has had a baby, who has adopted a baby, to spend some time with your newborn. Okay, for maternity leave, I found out recently that I always just assumed that maternity leave in Canada is 1 year, but actually the way it's broken down into maternity leave and parental leave. So maternity leave can be up to 15 weeks, but parental leave is up to 52 weeks. Okay, when you just have a baby, for like that first up to 15 weeks, and then I think the maximum you can get it for is 17 weeks after your due date. That's maternity leave. You can apply for maternity leave up to 17 weeks after your due date, and after that parental leave kicks in. So for a period of time, you are able to access maternity leave and parental leave at the same time, and then when maternity leave benefits stop, parental leave benefits continues. Parental leave can go as high as 52 weeks, which is 1 year. So you can be at home with your newborn for up to 1 year and get a portion of your income paid to you by employment insurance while you're on maternity leave. I understand that it can be up to 55% of what you would have made if you were working. Okay, parental leave also is not restricted to the woman. Men are also entitled to parental leave. So a family, you can decide between you and your spouse to share parental leave. The woman takes parental leave up to a certain number of weeks, and then the man can take up to the this sounds very funny because it's not a thing in Africa for men to go on parental leave to take care of a newborn. It's almost not the case more than half the time, but that's what happens here. That option is available. Okay, also if you decide that 52 weeks is not enough for you, you can have parental leave that goes as high as 18 months. That way, instead of getting 55%, up to 55% of your income monthly, it now reduces to about 33%, because the same amount of money they would have paid you in 12 months is what they will now pay you in 18 months. So they will just split it to spread across 18 months instead of 12 months. So of course it will reduce. Okay, so that's one other benefits that you can access by living in Canada, employment insurance, except that this time you would have to pay into it for up to 600 hours, which is considered the equivalent of 20 weeks of work at 30 hours per week. So if you're working 30 hours a week, you would have to have worked for a minimum of 20 weeks to be able to access benefits from employment insurance. Okay, so that's it for employment insurance. It's just a scheme that we all pay into to protect against job loss, cover a portion of your income on your maternity or parental leave, or you become unable to work because of a disability. Employment insurance also covers for situations like that. Okay, so I just thought I should bring this information to you guys to let you know the basic things that you are able to access as a newcomer in Canada. Some of these things might be difficult to understand, which is why I'm here to provide that information to you to make your transition and settling into Canada a little easier. Okay, well, thank you very much to my subscriber who sent me this mail. I hope I've been able to answer your question. I hope everyone else who watched this video has learned something from it. If there's a question that you have, something that you would like me to address, something I've said here today that you do not understand, please do well to leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be more than glad to respond to you. If you would prefer to send a private message, my email address is always in the description box of all my videos. It is at marina.esiri@gmail.com. I'm going to leave it on the screen as well, so you can send me an email to ask whatever questions you have, and I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Until I come your way in my next video, it's your girl Marina saying thank you and have an amazing day. Bye, guys.